let's have a talk about some beer. What be going down, people of the world? Thank you so much for joining me for a vlog. Not a daily drink vlog, just a vlog. It was tagged by Average Joe, the curator of the new beer tube channel, The Beer Patrol, 2 L's. A link of some kind will be put here as well as in the description. He made a video describing his top 5 desert island beers, styles, and kind of beers themselves. I'm going to go more styles. I'm going to give a couple examples of each style that I would probably like to have on a desert island. Starting with something that, you know, is really, really kind of tasty and delicious. That being a sour beer. This is one of my favorite sour beers I've ever had. The Raspberry Sour by the Rouge River Brewing Company out of Markham, Ontario. Sour beers, just really nice, fruity, kind of drink them really anytime, depending on how sour they are. Sometimes you might not want to have it all the time, but they're usually a little bit on the light side, so, you know, something you can drink throughout the day. Sun beating down on you, kind of keep you hydrated, even though the tartness might work opposite of that in a way. But, yeah. Sour beers, absolutely one of my favorite styles. And the second style I'm going to go with is going to involve something I've never tried before, and it might fail horribly. Yeah, so the second style is a lager. It kind of worked. Mountain Lager by Side Launch is a really nice, drinkable lager. There's a lot of lagers. This just happened to be one of my favorites that I have a can of sitting around. Something, again, you can drink kind of any time of the day. Usually on the lighter side. Really nice, really easy drinking. Although a bit more boring. So, you know, if you have some random company show up on the desert island, you know, I don't know, you entice a mermaid onto shore and she grows legs like Ariel, then you might want to give her a lager to kind of get her into the craft beer scene. Although a sour could work as well in that instance. Next style of beer is a bit of an adjunct style. Maple beers. I'm a huge, huge fan of maple. Just kind of the flavor in general. When growing up, my uncle and my grandpa ran a small kind of basically just a family maple syrup operation. Didn't really sell it or anything like that. It wasn't a business. Just they tapped a bunch of trees, and even just going around to the trees and just fresh maple sap out of the tree. It's delicious. It's like water, but better. And maple beers, surprisingly, Bock. Really not a style of beer I like, but add some maple to it, this becomes one of the best beers I've had. And then also one of my favorite beers I have had. You can still see it if it sits over there, eh? Oh yeah, there we go. We're gonna maybe run a little low on room with this whole thing. Next style of beer, something a little bit more robust. That worked way better than the first time. This is the Blood of Cthulhu Imperial Stout by Sawdust City. Also a bit of an adjunct beer. It's got cherries, raspberries, and cranberries. But the flavors you can get by adding things to certain styles of beer. Like, I like an Imperial Stout, unless it's super, super bourbony. But add stuff like this to a stout, and it becomes phenomenal. Another random side note, kind of an honorable mention, I guess you could say. Harry Porter and the Cherry Hoarder by Great Lakes Brewery. Another phenomenal beer that's basically just all about the adjuncts. And along the lines of another adjunct stout. See, I knew something was going to go wrong. It had to. Something had to go wrong. But that's okay. It's going to work out in the end. No worries. This is one of actually 2 beers that kind of all-time favorites I've had. This is a Graham Cracker Chocolate Chunk Caramel Bar Stout by Omnipolo called Prodromus. And this is one of the best beers I have ever had in my life. Right there. Yeah, so, you know, adjunct strong stouts. Kind of something that I am a huge, 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 huge fan of. And, you know, that makes 4 different styles we've gotten into now, so kind of trying along the lines of saving the best for last, but not necessarily. One more. This one can't really fail, so I was wrong. Nobody fails like me. Nobody. I am the fail in human form. This beer is called Zodiac, and it's also by Omnipolo. It's a New England style IPA, which, if you haven't had yourself a New England style IPA, you need to fix that. One of, if not the tastiest beer style I have ever put in my mouth. And speaking of, finishing off with, one of, if not the best beer I have had, almost hands down. Yeah. This one we're not just going to talk about a little bit. We're going to crack this bad boy open. Get your hand wet, because that happens. Yeah, this IPA, double IPA, is unbelievably tasty, juicy, hazy. Just exactly what a New England IPA should be like. So, we're going to kind of finish up. Oh. Yes. I'd like to give a big shout out to Average Joe from the Beer Patrol for tagging me in his video that he did, and thanks a whole bunch. As far as me tagging people, I'm trying to tag people that haven't been tagged yet. I'm not sure. I'm going to challenge Maple Rusky, Nikolai, to fire out one of these videos, as well as Drunken One. You know what your name is. Make one of these kind of videos. Why not? We got Brian from Thrash Metal Homebrew. Wouldn't mind seeing his take on this. Lance the Lush. Kinda haven't seen him online in a little while, but maybe he'll make an appearance again. And then also Chet Mustang, someone who's kinda a little bit newer to the BeerTube community, but seems like a really nice guy. Met him a couple times, so Chet, do it up. Also random shoutouts to other BeerTube friends out there. We got Chris from On the 10th, Nick / Maxwell Star from Maxwell Star Beer Reviews, Chad, aka the Albino Rhino, Jamie, aka Basement Beer Reviews, Joe, aka Average Joe, already said his name, Rod J from Rod J Beer Ventures, Peter the Clueless Drinker, and Craig from Kent Beer Reviews. Cheers to all you guys. I've seen a few of the videos you've made so far. They've all been pretty good. Probably end up being better quality than mine because the whole thing's falling from the ceiling. Did not work out the way I wanted it to at all. But, shit happens and stuff and things. So that's going to do it for this random vlog type video stuff thing that I just created. Good times. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. That's how you get to see more. And if you got something to say to me, comments, as always, box down below. Thanks again, and I'll be back with the Daily Drink vlog tomorrow. Peace out! Yeah, it really worked out well that the can that fell at the wrong time was actually the IPA number 5 can I had hanging up there. So, surprise, something worked out well.